I love how they laugh like nerdy versions of Beavis and Butthead. That's pretty good.
The One Piece awaits, a treasure untold. Boundless possibilities, stories unfold. Noxiddar cheers as Luffy sets sail into the unknown where legends prevail. The grand line calls a place of wonder. Adventure awaits, lightning and thunder. I am Noxiddar!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome to the next reaction of One Piece. Today, we're starting with episode 97. We found the deserted ghost town of Erumaru, and that was so cool the way the wind was whipping through those windows, and it was just making that kind of like haunting sound. I think it's just like one of those things that really cements an idea or an impression of some place, of some character in your mind. Is something so unique, and that is definitely what I got out of that. So now we are wandering into the desert. I love just the wacky wild nature of everything that we're encountering so far. It really truly does feel like we're on an adventure, and you and I both know that the adventure must go on. And so without any further ado, let's get right to our reaction. Oh wow, sound a little thirsty there, Luffy. Poor dude's covered in fur. I know something about that. True. Yeah, she's used to it. You would think it would have more shade, that they could just follow the shade, but I don't know. Maybe not. This is going to be a war of resources, I can tell already. I love the sound of that wind whipping through the desert. Yep. Again, those like blues and greens. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Cyclones again. Oh my gosh, it's like a tsunami of sand. That's pretty devastating. I love how Ace just gets up like he just had a really good nap. Oh, that's rich, coming from Usopp. Oh, now he brings him out. Nice. It's amazing how motivated someone can be for food. Thieving birds? Takes one to know one. I love how they laugh like nerdy versions of Beavis and Butthead. That's pretty good. Those hairdos, how could you trust a bird like that? Honestly. Well, that's kind of better than a landmine.
なんだこれ、砂漠の不思議植物か？面白いな。
Kind of close to food, though, if you think about it.
面白いな。助けてほしいのか？ゴムゴムのピストル。
Jeez.
砂漠ってのは本当に珍しい生き物がいっぱいいるんだな。なんか見つけたのか？
Is something bigger? Uh.
なんだこの地鳴りは。
Why do I hear boss music?
なんであいつラクダに乗ってるの？
Whoa.
サンドラをオートかけ。
本当にあいつはトラブルを呼び込む天才だな。
行くぜトカゲ。
Yo, good teamwork.
何もそこまで。
あいつらが相手だと怪物に同情しちゃうわ。
Oh, another one?
まだいたの？言い忘れてたけど、サンドラオオトカゲは2匹1組で狩りをするのよ。
Of course. I was gonna say, just conveniently leaving out a lot of important information there.
めんどくせえな。遊んでほしいのか？
Oh, let's see it, Ace.
しょうがねえな。
I can honestly say he's cooked.
で、なんだそのラクダは。
やっぱりだ。歩けるからいいから。イルラクダ。
イルレクで、イルレクで、イルレク。
I love that.
ユバについて反乱軍を説得しなくちゃ。ほらみんな急いで。はぐれたら生きて砂漠を出られないわよ。
Huh? A ship on the sand? Cool. They're throwing so many interesting things at me all at once. Now that we're almost 100 episodes in, I really feel like I have reached a point where I'm just kind of open to the wacky and weirdness, and I almost look forward to it. And sometimes it's just kind of hard to comment on because it's like, yep, seems like that kind of thing would happen. I guess that's just being more welcomed into this world and into this universe and into machinations and the wheels that turn inside of the mind of Eiichiro Oda. It's so much fun to just watch. But I gotta say, I'm really enjoying just going along this ride with all of you, and I hope you're enjoying this as well. That being said, we have one more episode to get to. So, let's get right to episode 98. Here we are again. Quick thinking there.
ルフィ。
How did... Is he staring at his feet the whole time?
はぐれちまったんじゃねえのか？てく世話の焼ける兄貴でね。
どうしたウソップ？
なんか聞こえねえか？
Not quite a tsunami, but... Is that the ship? That's so wild. I love it.
あれは何とビビが捕まってるぜ。あとラクダ。
俺たちも行くぞ。
That's one way to do it.
今なんか音がしたか？
Sand crab? What? Ooh! Nope. Sand shrimp.
私たちを助けに来たんじゃないの？ほら水もらいに来ただけだぞ。
Mhm.
我ら砂族の
のバルバルダには格言がある。砂漠で動くものは仲間以外食えねえもんはね。
俺なんか落ちてるもんでも食うぞ。
腹壊すぞ。
じゃあ気をつける。
俺はこの砂族バルバル団の船長バルバ
ロサ。
この船にはメインマストを修理できるような木材は一本だって置いてねえんだぜ。このままじゃ俺たちこの砂漠のど真ん中でのたれ死にだぜ。
船を捨てるなんてことは考えられねえ。
I like this guy. I like his energy. He almost reminds me of like Bruce the Shark, but a sand pirate and not a shark. But he reminds me of him.
ただメリアスのオアシスに行けば材木は置いてある。
それどこだ？俺一っ走り行ってくるよ。
だから砂の流れが変わってよそ者には危険だ。
俺の責任だ。俺やるよ。
Barbarossa is so tall, he almost seems closer to a half giant than just an exceedingly tall person. I love his imposing figure, but like I said, I also just really kind of like the carefree kind of vibe that he has. I mean, you know, they're sand pirates, they go with the flow. You know, wherever the wind takes them. That's pretty sick. That's cool.
砂ぞりで材木を運んでくる。
ソリっていうよりこれはもうカヌーね。
ラサーな、この船一の砂ぞり乗りだ。
Sand Sledder.
二人乗りだがお前どうする？
俺は一人で十分だ。
他のみんなはよそ者らしいけど、あんたはここいらのもんだろ。あんたついてってやりな。
船とあんま変わんねえんだな。これをこうやるのか。
Yeah, you're figuring it out.
ただいま。
おかえり。Holy cow. That does look like a lot of fun though. I love those colors. I say that every time I see like a sunset or really just any landscape in this show. What are you gonna do? Grab the sun? Whoa. Like a raiding party. It's very minimalist, but that's a really cool like shot that just shows how epic that is. That's awful. What a statistic. Oh, 101. Oh, wow. I'd say so. Luffy is the X Factor.
父が国中を巡回したとき、私も同行してここに立ち寄ったことがあるの。私ずっと待ってた。
It's an interesting choice to have the people in the background no longer there, kind of like these ghostly shadow apparitions, to like better convey like the idea of those kind of memories where you think back to it, but you're not, your level of awareness within those memories is like kind of vague. I don't know. It's an interesting interpretation, and I like how it's done because there's no like specificity to any particular person, yet you get the impression and the idea of the number of people that are there. I just think that artistically, that's a really cool design choice. I like it.
あの時国王は言ったわ。このオアシスに何かあったら必ず駆けつけるって。国はどんな小さな声も聞き逃さないって。あなた、やっぱりあの時の砂に埋もれたこのオアシスを捨てて、町のみんなは一人残らず去っていった。ここに残ってお前たちを待った。お前たちを信じて国王は来てくれなかった。もちろんお前も。それはあの頃から国のあちこちで同じような事件が起こって、国王はその対策に毎日追われて。言い訳なんか聞きたくないよ。広い砂漠の真ん中で私はたった一人で待ってたんだ。バルバロッサに拾われた頃には真昼の焼けつく暑さも日が沈んだ後の凍てつく寒さも、一体何が私を生かしてたんだろう。憎しみなの、怒りなの、それともありもしない希望だったの。
That's interesting.
一体何なの。
How those emotions can kind of mix and confuse. Man, that soundtrack really hit right there. Holy cow. That's a really interesting concept. To find yourself like unsure of your own emotions because you'd basically become numb to the experience that you had kind of put yourself through. And so the idea of like not really sure if it was like hate or anger or hope, and to just, yeah. I feel for Rasa right there, for sure. These two episodes were fascinating in the way that we were shown lots of strange and wonderful creatures and things that just work in the desert and really paint this idea that the desert is a dangerous place, but it isn't only just dangerous because of the extreme and harsh elements, but that there is this whole ecosystem, crazy amounts of like diverse flora and fauna. Well, more the fauna, but we did see some flora, kind of. And it just the way that it's just unashamedly, unabashedly just put in front of you, no matter how strange, no matter how weird or wild. And I love that Vivi's explanations always seem to come after the fact, when it would be most pertinent to know these things ahead of time so that you can prepare for them, but they just go into it with no preparation whatsoever, which is, to be fair, that's the way Luffy kind of likes it. These two episodes were great in establishing world setting and characters, and we'll have to see what happens next. But that's all the time for tonight. I'll see you in the next one. This is Noxiddar, out. We'll see ya.